Go ahead.
It's Friday.
You were saying?
I just remembered that.
Hey, you let out a bit of a yell there. What was that thing?
Super excited.
What you got going this weekend, Dr. Ashton? You
A
sound
whole
very
lot of
excited.
nothing.
That is the perfect weekend.
Yeah. I
It's
know.
cold here in this area, and we can all just chill.
That's right.
Netflix and chill. If you, no, Hulu and chill. Okay, Hulu and chill here. Welcome, everybody, to this Friday edition of GMA3, What You Need to Know. Robe's off today. She'll be back with us next week. Dr. Ashton here now. A lot of us are going to be watching football this weekend. The Buffalo Bills were supposed to play the Detroit Lions in Buffalo this weekend. The game has been moved. A Buffalo Bills game has been moved because of snow.
That says it all.
Tells you anything about what we're looking at. That actually brings us to our big number, this blinding snowstorm that's supposed to be coming here now. But 25 below. Those are some of the wind chills expected to sweep through parts of the northern Rockies and Plains today. Some of the coldest temperatures so far this season. All of this just going into really a rough weekend of weather. And yes, the Buffalo, that whole area, western New York, a bit of a mess right now.
Lake effect snow. I've been listening to Ginger Z and Rob Marciano.
Yes. So we start there. It'll be cold for a lot of folks. But this is something, a medical headline. This is something you talked about. This a particular drug. There's a shortage of it because people are using it for reasons it wasn't meant to be used.
Right, and it's getting a lot of attention, TJ, so I wanted to break it down. This is a drug called Ozempic. This is a drug to treat type 2 diabetes, but the class, the generic version, the class known as semaglutide, got an FDA approval for weight loss, and now the demand is going through the roof. This drug works by helping to control blood sugar, but it also slows the emptying of the food in the stomach, and so it drops people's appetite dramatically. People are losing a lot of weight on this. Of course, like many drugs, it's being used on label as well as off label. Typically, people start with a low dose injection once a week and then go up slightly in dosage. Like any drug, it can have some side effects, mild GI side effects like nausea, vomiting, but incredibly effective for treating the conditions of overweight and obesity. It comes with a major price tag, up to $800 or even over $1,000 a month if it's not covered by insurance. I do have patients whose insurance cover it, and then it can be $25 a month, but everyone is trying to get their hands on this drug right now.
All right, Dr. Ashton, we thank you. We'll check in with you, EJ. You know, some say they would have given it back to him. And just as if you caught it as a fan, it's his history, it belongs to him, just give it back.
Would you auction it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What about you, Kenneth?
Definitely auction it off.
I'm surprised it's taking this long. I'd have cashed that sucker in by now. Kenneth, we appreciate you. As always, you have a good weekend. Thank you, sir. A whole lot more ahead here on GMA3 on this Friday. All right, welcome back to GMA3. Dr. Ashton joining us here now. We were talking about at the top of the show a shortage of one particular medicine. You want to just continue this theme of we're running out of stuff?
Sadly, for the purposes of awareness,
Yes.
and this one we're talking about the brand name Tamiflu, or oseltamivir, is the antiviral that's used to treat influenza and prevent the risk of getting flu after someone has been exposed. It's not a substitute for getting a flu vaccine. But again, so many supply chain issues with medications, pharmaceuticals, we've seen it before, but this is something that we're keeping an eye on because we're already seeing sky-high flu numbers much earlier in the calendar year than we normally do. And so it's not a surprise that we're going to see sporadic shortages of this medication. It's a little controversial because there is some medical data that suggests that its benefits don't really outweigh the risks, which are minor in most cases, pros and cons, but it is still recommended for people at very high risk of complications of influenza, so children under the age of 5, adults over the age of 65, pregnant women, people with compromised immune systems or heart-lung issues. But anytime we're seeing numbers, whether it's influenza, COVID, and then they go up, our medications that we use to treat patients with those conditions go up, this is something we have to keep our eye on.
Okay, I mean, folks who want to run out and stockpile or something like that, they're thinking about that right now. What are your other options? Do we have something else that we could be using that's comparable to a Tamiflu?
For antiviral influenza, no. Okay. However, flu vaccines, widely available, they lower your risk of complications. I encourage everyone to get one. You do need 2 weeks to get the full immune protection, so you want to get that as soon as possible before we head into the holiday season.
All right, Dr. Ashton, thank you. Folks, we're right back on GMA3. words of wisdom. But I just can't wait to have him. We've had him on the show before, but we had to do it remote during the pandemic. He is here today, and we are
excited.
So excited.
But for the record, my eyes light up when I see you coming.
Thank you for putting that on the record.
It's true.
Because I didn't know it. You had to tell me. Usually,
Oh my God.
I've known you for 8 years. I've never seen the eyes light up. But thank you for
You gotta
letting me know.
look closer.
I had to look closer. Okay. Well, Dr. Ashton, we have some a question here. This was a bizarre question to me a little bit. Someone's saying, I hate drinking water. What are some tips to get me to like it?
So this is actually Jen W. It could be Jen Ashton because I'm with her on that one. I don't love a lot of people feel this way, and they know that it's important for hydration. 2.5 liters a day for women is roughly what's recommended. 3.5 liters a day for men. So some tips that I have actually tested myself in the N of 1, as we say in medicine and science. Play with the temperatures. Some people like ice cold water. That's my jam. Some people like room temperature. You can spritz a little citrus in it to give it a little bit of flavor. Again, you don't want to be adding anything with calories. Or you can use something that literally keeps track of it for you and just make it a mental challenge. You know, you've seen me with my thing with all the lines to it. Those are really popular, very easy for people to use today.
Is there a hydrating alternative to water?
I mean, listen, you get water in your food, right? Fruits, vegetables, but not enough that you really do need to drink it.
And the sports drinks and all that has just too much extra stuff and sugar and all that stuff in them. All right, Dr. Ashton, your prescription for wellness today.
Okay, some tips or ways to get some cardio in that are not weight-bearing. You know, you and Amy just finished a recent marathon. Running, obviously, walking are, you know, great ways to get cardio.
That's
but
tough on the joints.
That's right. And in your case, the feet, as you've told me. But other options, stationary bicycles, whether you have one at home or whether you can use one at a fitness center. Water aerobics or swimming, so good for cardio. Again, you're not getting the positive stress on your musculoskeletal system, but you're giving your joints a break. And then stair climbing. Here in the studio, I cannot walk up those stairs. I've been doing it for 11 years without being out of breath. Not good.
But stair climbing, isn't that tough on your
It's not. It's not, but it does give you good cardio.
Good cardio.
You know, you're not slamming your joints.
Ah, that makes sense. All right, Dr. Ashton, thank you. Folks, keep your questions coming to us on our Instagram at ABCGMA3. And up next, right here, getting ready for the World Cup, new CEO of U.S. Soccer. The absolute legend, the Emmy, Grammy, Tony Award winning Andre DeShields is in the... Did I even get close to doing the right service in introing you? How are you, brother?
I'm very well. Happy to be with you and the doctor.
Thank you.
It is good to have you in the building here. And we talk about Cast with Black Act. You can catch Death of a Salesman, Hudson Theater, on Broadway, limited engagement now through January 15th. You said it's been going well. Congrats on everything.
Thank you.
I'm going to have to ask Wendell about that story. You said he didn't have to convince you. Yes, on the spot, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, folks, that's what you need to know for this week. We appreciate you joining us. We're going to see you back here again on Monday for Dr. Ashton, Robes, ABC News, all of us here. Remember, when that blessing shows up, you take it.
So good.
Wow.
With that.